Fam, what's good? What's good? What's going on? It's your man, Coach Bill Williams, coming at you, keeping it live because that ain't no job. Hey, look, I am excited. Today is Friday. It's about 6 o'clock. I want to get my reading in right quick because we're about to head out on our street side prayer and do some serving. In just a very few minutes, last week where we at? We in Jacksonville. We served over in I keep forgetting the name of this area, but we moved to a new area. We're assigned to the west side of Jacksonville, so we've been on 103rd Street for years. We moved, was invited to another part of Jacksonville, and I'm trying to think. That's what it's C. Not Cassett. Golly Jesus. Anyway, I keep forgetting the name. It's like I keep blocking his name out of the street out. I don't know why. But at any rate, man, it's hot over there. I mean, it's on fire. That dark, wicked energy is alive and kicking. Got that community under stronghold, lockdowns, man, just all type of bizarre, wicked stuff going on. So we went over there last week, and man, the Dark Forces brought a greeting party ready for us, all the way from the weather to actual servants acting crazy, man, out there last week. We survived. Surviving sometimes is we call a win, right? So God still sent angels, still protected us, and we still were able to accomplish our mission, which was pray and intercede for that community. And that's what it's all about, man. That gives me a purpose-filled life. I want to live on purpose, on mission. I'm not living for pleasure. I ain't look. And a purpose-filled life doesn't mean it's an unpleasurable life or unhappy existence. Don't get it twisted. Somebody lied to you when they told you all that. So anyway, without further ado, we're about to head out here. We're reading this Deuteronomy. I'm reading it out of this complete Jewish Bible. Deuteronomy is called Devarim. And we're having a good time. We read Joshua. Deuteronomy is kind of like is the fill gap, the inner. It fills in the happenings, everything that happened in between the end of Exodus and Joshua, which we just finished. So it's just so exciting. I'm having a good time. I was always intimidated by Deuteronomy. Had all of the everybody don't read their Bible for the same reason, same excuse. It's boring. It's not applicable. It's don't make no sense. I had all that assigned to Deuteronomy and never read Deuteronomy. But it's funny that I obviously read some parts of Deuteronomy because some parts is where we talk about where we got the 10 Commandments. So I already had some in my heart and my mind and didn't even know it. Having a good time. My friends joined me. I asked for help. Seriously, fam, that's what you do. When you're struggling with something, I ask for help. I said, look, fam, I told them what I just told you, and I feel called. I got to get Deuteronomy led. And people jump and say, hey, I'll join you. Let's do it together. Every 7 days now, every Sunday, we have about a 75 to 90-minute chop-up discussion about what went down, what was revealed to us individually. It's not a Bible study. It's not a preaching session. It's just everybody kicking. Well, this is what I got. Well, I ain't get that. Well, this is what I got. I ain't get that. Well, this is what I got. I ain't get nothing. So, all right, join us. Hang out with us. Thank you for being faithful. What do? You do with this word. You ask God. You pray. Always pray. Ask God. Well, God, reveal to me what it is I'm listening to. What you want me to have out of this? It's okay. It reveals something to you, right? But stay faithful in the meantime until you do get that word. If you don't get that word, stay faithful. You're doing the right thing, getting this word in between your ears every day. Don't like my voice, you can go ahead and listen to Sister Deanna, Sister Felicia, Brother Jordan, and the twins. They joined on. They newly joined on. What do you say? So, hey, get Alexa to read it to you, Siri to read it to you. I'm not jealous. I just want you to get God's word into your ears, all right? All right. It's not about my ego. Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1. Here are the laws and rulings you ought to observe and obey in the land Adonai, the God of your ancestors, has given to you to possess as long as you live on earth. You must destroy all the places where the nations you are dispossessing serve their gods. So all those churches, all those symbols, he say, destroy them, whether on the high mountains or on the hills under some leafy tree. Break down their altars, smash their standing stones to pieces, burn up their sacred poles completely, and cut down the carved images of their God, exterminate their name from that place. It's pretty clear, fam. It's pretty clear. But you are not to treat Adonai your God this way. Rather, you are to come to this place where Adonai your God will put his name. He will choose it from all your tribes, and you will seek it out, seek out that place, which is where he will live, and go there. You will bring there your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tents that you set. Now that's interesting. He says the place that he will live. Interesting. The offerings that you give, the offerings that you have vowed, your voluntary offerings, the firstborn of your cattle and sheep, there you will eat in the presence of Adonai your God. You will rejoice over everything you set out to do. You and your households in which Adonai your God has blessed you. You will not do things the way we do them here today, where everyone does whatever's in his own opinion seems right. Man, how do you say the Bible is irrelevant? Ain't that happening right now today? Do what you want. Do you. You only live once. YOLO. Huh? Do what you like. Huh? All that. Same old thing. We just find new ways to do it. Verse 9, because let me read that again. You will not do these things the way we do them here today, where everyone does whatever in his own opinion seems right. Because you haven't yet arrived at rest and inheritance which Adonai your God has given you. But when you cross the Jordan and live in the land Adonai your God is having you inherit, and he gives you rest from all your surrounding enemies, so that you are living in safety, then you will bring all that I am ordering you to the place Adonai your God chooses to have his name live. Your burnt offerings, sacrifices, tents, the offerings from your hand, and all your best possessions that you dedicate to Adonai. You will rejoice in the presence of Adonai thank your God, and you and your sons and daughters, your male and female slaves, and the Levi staying with you, inasmuch he has no share or inheritance with you. So, mention slaves, sons and daughters, Levi. That's the servants, the priest, right? So he says, all right, man, the priest's gonna be there, living with you. So you don't get no inheritance. Take care of the priest. So that might be how we come up with the concept of paying tithes to the church. Where 10% come from? Told you right there, tenths. Give it up. Don't sham, fam. He said, look, my priests don't have no inheritance. They don't get none. I gave it to you. So you got to take care of them. Their inheritance is me. All right, fam. You want a good church, a righteous church? Take care of it. I'm telling you. Verse 13, be careful not to offer your burnt offerings just anywhere you see, but do it in the place Adonai will choose in one of your tribal territories. There is where you are to offer your burnt offerings and do everything I order you to do. However, you may slaughter and eat meat wherever you live and whenever you want, in keeping with the degree to which Adonai your God has blessed you. The unclean and the clean may eat it, as if it were gazelle or deer. Let's try it again. The unclean and the clean may eat it, as if it were a gazelle or deer, but don't eat the blood. Pour it out on the ground like water. Just don't be eating raw meat, fam. He said, look, the clean and the unclean, gazelle or deer. Remember there was an ordinance about hooved animals with hooved feet. Now he's saying right here, it's cool, man. Eat the food. So you have to go back to Leviticus if you want to see all those old requirements of what you can and can't eat. Verse 17, you are not to eat on your own property the tenth of your grain, new wine, or olive oil that you set aside for Adonai, or the firstborn of your cattle or sheep, or any offering you have vowed, or your voluntary offering or offering from your hand. No, You are to eat these in the presence of Adonai your God, in the place Adonai your God will choose, you and your sons and daughters, male and female slaves, and Levi, who are your guests. And you are to rejoice before Adonai your God in everything that you undertake to do. As long as you are living on your property, take care not to abandon the Levi. Told him again, the Levi is the priest. And by the time Jesus come along, Levi no longer the priest. It's these cats, man, who actually murdered him. What do they call it? The Pharisees. Israel still is under Pharisaic law at this point, and right now to this day. Now you ask, how in the world did we get from Levi to the Pharisees? Now you start to understand why Jesus stayed on the Pharisees. Like, y'all jokers phony to start with. God didn't appoint and anoint you guys. So anyway, you get to see it. To this day, man, you can't be a Jew if you believe in Yeshua Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior. So to this day, these things contradict. He says, hey, look, man, you can't eat that stuff that's set aside for God. You can eat it, but only in the presence of God. Don't eat it at your own house and chill and just enjoy it. No. You come at the worship place with God and eat it. And he said, man, your kids and your slaves get to eat too. They get the day off. Well, I guess they serve and all that, right? But they get to eat with you. See, back then, man, they treated slaves different than, well, the Egyptians. Even Egyptians was less brutal than the American slave trade. So American slave trade was one of the more brutal ones. But slavery can get ugly. Almost every generation, so many nations and groups of people has been enslaved over the course of mankind. That's what man does. So at any rate, and again he says, do not abandon the Levi. That's the priest, man. Give up that 10%, that tithe. Stop shaming. Stop tripping. When Adonai your God expands your territory as he promised you, and you say, I want to eat meat, simply because you want to eat meat, then you may eat meat as much as you want. If the place which Adonai your God chooses to place his name is too far away from you, then you are to slaughter animals from your cattle or sheep, which Adonai has given you, and eat on your own property as much as you want. Eat it as you would gazelle or deer. The unclean and the clean alike may eat it. Just take care not to eat the blood, for the blood is life, and you are not to eat the life with the meat. Cook your food, fam, and be eating that bloody meat. Don't eat it, but pour it out on the ground like water. Do not eat it so that things will go well with you and your children after you, as you do what Adonai sees right. If you notice, man, a lot of hunters, man, eat deer and stuff like that. And I understand even if you slaughter a fresh pig, you're supposed to hang him upside down, slit his throat, and let all the blood drip out. And they say the reason is if you leave the blood in, it'll do something bad to the meat, blah, blah, blah. But here's the biblical principle right here. God said, look, flush that stuff out. Verse 26, only the things set aside for God, which you have, and the vows you have vowed to make, you must take and go to the place which Adonai will choose. There you will offer your burnt offerings, the meat and the blood, on the altar of Adonai your God. The blood of your sacrifices is to be poured out on the altar of Adonai your God, and you will eat the meat. Obey and pay attention to everything I'm ordering you to do, so that things may go well with you and with your descendants after you forever, as you do what Adonai sees as good and right. Man, I like that deal. That's a deal, man. Yes, God, I accept that. Yes. When Adonai your God has cut off ahead of you the nations you are entering in order to dispossess, when you have dispossessed them and are living in their land, be careful. After they've been destroyed ahead of you, do not be trapped into following them, so that you inquire after their gods and ask, how did these nations serve their gods? I want to do the same thing. You must not do this to Adonai your God, for they have done to their gods all the abominations that Adonai hates. They even burn up their sons and daughters in the fire of their gods. All right, did you enjoy that? I did. I'm so fired up. I'm ready to hit these streets. Bless you, Bendiga, Baruch, Shalom, peace. Happy Easter. Holla back.